South Korea's unification minister is walking back comments that his government has documents corroborating North Korea's rerouting of Gaesong Industrial Complex money for nuclear and missile programs. Complaints over Seoul's upcoming smoking ban around subway stations has created new legislation to construct smoking booths around the city. And South Korea still lags far behind many of its peers in charitable giving. I'm Chance Dorland, and this is your Korean news update for Tuesday, February 16th, brought to you by Korea FM in association with the Korea Observer. For more news and talk radio podcasts and a 24-hour stream of independent musicians from the Korean Peninsula, subscribe in the iTunes Store with your favorite Android application or visit KoreaFM.net. South Korea's unification minister has changed his story regarding North Korea's use of funds generated from the Gaesong Industrial Complex. The Korea Herald reports this week unification minister Hong Young-pyo came under fire after reversing his claim that the government possesses documents to corroborate North Korea's suspected rerouting of Gaesong income for military use. Since the establishment of the joint complex in 2004, South Korea has transferred more than $500 million to North Korea to pay for workers' salaries. And North Korea's supposed misuse of the money was the primary justification for Seoul's decision to pull out from the complex last week. South Korea's unification minister now says that he misrepresented some of the figures, but maintains he meant to explain concerns and wasn't talking about evidence, noting that he's never stated that there were certain materials or evidence, but did say that such concerns have been raised. However, those statements clash with Minister Hong's previous remarks that about 70% of Gaesong proceeds were confirmed through various channels to have been funneled to fund North Korea's nuclear and missile programs. The Korea Herald reports Hong's flip-flop comes as skepticism continues to grow regarding the rationale and legitimacy of the decision to shut down the complex. Smoking booths are now expected to be built near subway exits around the capital. This week, two city councilors proposed removing a clause that banned smoking zones near subway exits after growing opposition from smokers to an upcoming ordinance that, starting in April, will designate 10-meter non-smoking zones around the city's subway exits, a move that will soon ban smoking at 1,662 locations across the capital. The Korea Times reports smokers strongly oppose the upcoming change, as they will then have to walk outside the zones to smoke. The addition of smoking booths to subway exits is legal under the National Health Promotion Law that allows enclosed smoking zones in areas where smoking is prohibited, and also mirrors construction at South Korea's National Assembly and other public buildings that already have smoking rooms. However, the Korea Times reports Seoul bus stations will not receive smoking booths due to a lack of space, and the Seoul City Council plans to pass the revised subway smoking booth provision later this month. And while a new report shows South Korea's charitable donations have increased by more than 50% since 2006, the ROK still lags behind other developed nations in the ratio of donations to gross domestic product. The Korea Herald reports new data from the Hyundai Research Institute shows that while from 2006 to 2013, South Korea's charitable giving grew more than 53% to nearly $10.3 billion. The increase compared to South Korea's gross domestic product was insignificant. In addition, the OECD ranks South Korea 25th out of 34 nations for donation participation rate. And in Seoul today, we'll see morning snow and showers into the afternoon with a high of 3 degrees. Then tonight, a low down to -7. Then for Wednesday, plenty of sunshine, no snow, no rain in the forecast. A high of 4 degrees Celsius and a low down to -4. You can subscribe to the Korean News Update podcast through the iTunes Store or with Android podcasting applications. And for more news, talk radio, and independent music from the Korean Peninsula, visit KoreaFM.net. I'm Chance Dorland.